Today we're taking a really good look at a Hudson Valley pistol. I'm used to seeing Hudson Valley Fowlers. We just restored one for the Mattawan Historical Society, and we have some videos out there on that. This piece came in from a consignor, and it's very unusual to see a maple-stocked Hudson Valley pistol. They didn't make that many pistols, or the survival rate wasn't high enough. There was a book put out years ago by Tom Grinslade. Great book, shows lots of pictures of corresponding pieces that are similar to this, but they're in the Fowler form. Also, there's some beautiful American Kentucky style pieces in that book as well. This pistol is an original flint. It's never been converted to percussion. See this early Dutch lock. Date wise, I would probably put it somewhere between 1720s to 1740. Occasionally they are earlier than that, but I think that's probably safe to say. You see these relief moldings, beautiful piece. The escutcheon or thumb piece that comes through, you see this spot, that's actually a bolt that comes through the wrist and threads into here, and they've changed that down. Many times this section right here was left open for initials or family crests to be put on there. You have this Dutch style trigger guard and this beautiful side plate. Get this around here without making you seasick. Beautiful side plate that is absolutely like the rest of the Fowlers. This serpent that comes up on the front, there's his face looking back, and then his body comes through and makes this loop through. The English picked this style up early, and they carried it all the way into the 1800s. You see Indian trade guns that are being built far, far into the 1800s that have cast serpent side plates, many times with scales that come through. They're not normally as delicate as this, but they still carry this round circle in the middle. Occasionally on those pieces, you'll see proof inspector marks. Sometimes they'll have initials inside of that little tiny circle. You see the wedding bands on the breech. This is something that's very common on the fowling pieces and the barrels that are used on those guns. Just an outstanding piece. You have this butt cap. The wrist is fairly straight on this. We always think of a conventional pistol where the wrist comes down and more squared off on it. But the way they shot those pistols back then, they would actually hold them, because you think about it, they're using swords. So you're using a sword and you're indexing it from the forward in like this. They were doing pretty much the same type of thing with a pistol. And by having this wrist straighter, it's more like an extension of your index finger. So the goal is you're pointing the pistol, because if we take a closer look, you can see the sight is just this little tiny sight up here. It's not like you have a whole lot of sight ability. There's not a notch or anything. So you're basically doing point of aim through your hand when it's pointed outward. We'll go through, and the trigger guard's really nice. Here again, it's in this Dutch form that you'll see. Great pistol. And we have this coming up in our upcoming show. If I can get this back on the rack. At our upcoming show, this piece will be available. Very, very rare to find one of these. It's not something that's common. I have seen where there are Dutch walnut stocked ones that people want to say they're American. This one we obviously know is an American piece. Being stocked in maple like this, just an outstanding gun. If you get a chance, pick up one of Tom Grinslade's books. You'll find there's a lot of information. The pictures are good. It gives you some history. The sad part is the majority of these out here, I can't think of very many, if hardly any, that are signed. These Dutch makers that were building the guns up there, they did not sign most of their pieces. And occasionally they are engraved, but on the majority of the time, they are dealing mainly with their decoration is all in the file form and the shaping of it. And then the side plates here again are cast. And then I'm sure there's a lot of cleanup involved, but very seldom do you see engraving on these. And names as far as builders is even more rare. So hope you enjoy this. I enjoy putting the videos out and sharing some of the neat things that come through. And we're going to continue trying to do more of this type of educational formatting. So thank you all for watching, and I appreciate everybody that supports our website. Thank you.